free services. I just want to talk a little bit about Fleabane, this tincture that this video is about. Fleabane is pretty much everywhere now. It's also called Daisy Fleabane, of course, and some people call it old man. I've heard different names for common weed, all kinds of things, but basically Fleabane is a really good astringent diuretic. Sometimes it's used for, the leaves can specifically be used for diabetes and some cancers as well. This video is just for a basic little tincture. I was thinking about having something like this available for clients who've had some issues with amenorrhea, and adding it to a blend of other herbs. Turn it around. This is a quart jar. We're only going to make a little small jar of tincture, so probably like even a half a pint. With Fleabane, you just need the flower heads and the leaves. We're actually going to press those leaves together when we get in the house to utilize that. So we're going to work with our Fleabane that we got yesterday outside on the property. We're only going to tincture the leaves and the flower buds, and so all we're going to do is just kind of break these up to release some of this medicine in here. And I'm just making a little. You can fill the jar as far as you want, but I've never worked with Fleabane before, and so I just wanted to kind of have something in my apothecary of it. And so I'm just gonna, like I say, put this in here in this jar. You can use any jar. You don't have to have a mason jar. When I'm brewing my tinctures, I typically use whatever jar. And then the jars that are going to be the tincture jars that hold the tincture after the time is up, then those I always will have a jar that is labeled. In just a second, I'm going to show you how we label our tincture jars as well. So I have all these flower buds of Fleabane and the leaves, like I said, and I'm going to just mark my jar Fleabane, and I'm just like gonna write in this stuff because I didn't take the time to take the paper off. And with this Fleabane, I am also putting vodka, and then typically you put picked with who you picked it with or whatever, and I picked this with my baby girl. And I brewed it with my husband. And you're going to put the date that you set it. What is today's date? Today is 4/5/20. And that's about it. Okay, that's all the information I typically put on my tinctures. And then, of course, you're just going to pour some vodka over it or whatever you use. Sometimes I use brandy with my tinctures. Today I'm using vodka because there's a little bit left in this bottle. And as you can see, I'm just making sure that all of my plant material is covered with the vodka, just like that. And that's it. Nothing else to it. Put a tincture together. I'm going to cap it. I'm going to put it in a cool, dry place so it can just sit. I'll give it about, I like to let mine sit about 6 weeks unless I need it before then. I'll play with it a little bit sometimes when I go in there, and sometimes I forget and it just sits there. The one thing you do want to make sure you do is make sure that the plant material is totally covered. And so I'm looking at this and it looks like some of it has bounced out a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little more to that plant material. Okay, so that's going to be where we're going to end that because it's all the way to the top, and so it should be fine. And again, I'm just going to kind of tip it a little bit, and then I'm going to put it in my cool, dry place. And that's how you make Fleabane tincture. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.